It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hey y'all. I feel like the lighting is off. Is it off? Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all can get up in here and get the likes up. We got a few things to discuss today. Shout out to all my peoples in the building. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday or is it Thursday? Hold on. No, today Wednesday. Yeah, today Wednesday. Happy hump day, y'all. Happy hump day. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do this every morning, Monday through Friday. And I don't have a set time. I gotta get better. I gotta start a set time at this point because at this point it's giving unprofessionalism. Okay. And I gotta take accountability for that. I'm hardly on time, and honestly, it's very unprofessional. So bear with me. My tongue red because I was eating 9 laters, girl. I told y'all. I mixed up the colors. So it might be red, purple, green, woo-doo. Y'all know I be eating them 9 laters in the morning, girl. So anyway, we got a few things to discuss, y'all. So I went on and looked further into this Zulu, the South Africans being offended by Zulu. We gonna discuss that in New Orleans. Terrence Howard, I wanted to talk about this when I saw it a few days ago, but Terrence Howard, over there, talking about Diddy tried to smash on him. We gonna get into that. We also need to talk about Keri Hilson and how she was set up. It was all a scheme that Todd set up to get her out the way so that your fave Beyonce could become the new girl. And listen, let me say this too. Let me see what I got to see. Because I'm so tired of the new beehive. All the beehive that's 30 and younger. This grown folks talk over here. Okay? See, all y'all know is, oh, the Beyonce has always been great. Girl, Beyonce wasn't worth 2 nickels rubbed together on concrete, girl, back in the days. Wasn't nobody checking for no Beyonce. Wasn't nobody checking for her. This is the grown folks conversation. If you 30 and younger, you just sit down and have a seat and listen to the grown folks discuss what's going on because you wasn't there. Okay? And it was a scheme that Ty set up to get her out the way so that Beyonce could be who y'all know as the Beyonce today. Okay? And we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna have we discuss the hard topics over here, and we're gonna have the conversation. Because I seen all the new Beehive people on Twitter talking about, oh, girl, don't nobody want to hear this. Beyonce didn't need you to do this. You were not there, Similac. You wasn't there. So you don't know what happened. I was there. And we're going to discuss it, okay? So let's really be clear about that. We're going to discuss that. Then Jasmine Crockett. Oh. I truly don't understand why y'all like, or why people like Jasmine Crockett. But then it literally just dawned on me mid-sentence. The same people like Jasmine Crockett, like Onijah Robinson, respect to the law, whatever she be saying. But neither here nor there. Jasmine Crockett is over here caping for the immigrants again. That girl do more caping for immigrants. I have yet to see her cape for somebody black. Anyways, we'll discuss that. And then we're going to discuss how they're doing a lot of race baiting at this point. Y'all haven't picked that up. See, what happened was, y'all don't understand. And this for the people who follow these politics, left or right. But let's discuss the left, please. See, you think them clears appreciate it Y'all go and put your boots on the ground while they was going to do the million cracker march. Do you think that they appreciated that? Hell no. So now you're going to see a lot of race baiting. They're trying to get a rise out of you. They want you to join forces with the clear people and say that y'all all oppressed. Okay? I'm just telling you what's happening. They did not appreciate y'all Negroes putting your boots on the ground when they was over there fighting for their federal jobs and things of that nature. So now you're going to see a lot of race baiting, and we're going to get into some of that as well. But I just want you guys to get on in here, like the video, make sure y'all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, because like I said, we do this every Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday. What happened? You see that teacher in Georgia that wrote nigga on the whiteboard, prompting the student to spell it. No, I didn't see that. But listen, you're about to see a whole bunch of that. Oh yeah, it's coming. You're about to see a whole. I seen the lady in H&M. We gonna discuss it. Who told the black girls that she don't have to have a reason to not serve her. She not serving her no more. And you got to know this. This is a leftist tactic. This is what they do. Their whole party is ran off of race baiting. I'm telling you. So they're gonna do something. I hope that they're not using this Carmelo Anthony case. You know what I'm saying? To get us all riled up, because it's giving. That's the setup. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Carmelo Anthony unalive the clear boy. We gon' I hope it's not true, but it's giving. Let's hurry up, convict him, get them all riled up. Then the clear is gonna come rally behind them. Listen, I watch the play every year. Not every year, but every time they do it. It's the same old play. They get us emotionally charged, because that's what we do. We very emotional. We get all riled up fighting for our people. Then here come the clears, want to stand next to us like they really give a damn about Carmelo Anthony, because they don't. It's all a scheme tie set up so that they can come behind us and say, we're with you guys. The same way they did with George Floyd. You really think all them people across the world gave a damn about George Floyd? Do you think that the clears in America and outside of America, and when I say clears, I mean the entire milk community, whole milk, half and halves, soy milk, 2%. I'm talking about almond milk. I'm talking about all of the milks. Do you really and truly believe? Listen to me and listen to me good. Do you really believe that them people gave a damn about George Floyd? What they're doing now is getting us riled up on something that we believe in. That's what they're working on. So that the clears could come stand side by side and hold hands with us and saying we shall overcome. And then they're going to divert that energy into what really happens. And that's going to keep us all over the place. But we going to get into it. Y'all, at this point, get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Now, I want to show this. Hold on. Because I've been telling y'all since I laid eyes on that damn, what's the boy name? Elon Musk, that he's not real. Elon Musk is not real. Y'all could call me a conspiracy theorist person and whoop. I'll take it. I don't care. But Elon Musk is not a real person, okay? I've been telling y'all that, but you know, who am I? What do I know? You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because I was watching Dan Calloway video yesterday. Hold on, let me pull it up. About the tariffs, right? And in Dan Calloway's video, they were talking about how Trump is raising the tariffs on others and boom, 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 boom. But he played a clip from the fake Donald Trump, because I don't even think that's the real Donald Trump. No way. That's a whole nother story. Dick Gregory already said it. He said the real one wear the blue tie and the fake one wear the red one or something like that. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go get this. Yeah. He said the real one Where the fake tie, no, one of them with the, hold on, let me see if I can go get it. Hold on. Let me see if I can go get it. Yeah, what's his name? Shout out to the late great Dick Gregory. He tried to tell us about this. Hold on, Dick Gregory. Girl, I hate this verification thing on TikTok. I literally hate it. All right, girl. All right, Dick Gregory. Yeah, I don't think none of these people is real at this point. We've been walking amongst extraterrestrials for the longest. They showed us in the Simpson episodes. What year was that? In the 90s or the early 2000s? They had been showed us that they be putting on skin suits or whatever the case may be. Let me, if I could find Dick Gregory, Donald Trump. Let me see. If not, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. But there was a clip of Dick Gregory talking about the real Donald Trump and the fake Donald Trump. And basically he said that one of them wear the blue tie and that's the real one, and the other one wear the red tie and that's the fake one. I don't know if it was the other way around or whatever it was. But hold on, let me see if I can put this in YouTube, because that algorithm on TikTok is a bit different. You know what I mean? Hold on. I don't know where I saw it. Dang. I may not be able to find it. Is it this one? Oh, I may not be able to find it. If y'all know where it is, send it to me. But I don't want to spend too much time on it. But listen, he talked about how one of them is real and one of them is fake. But yesterday, during where my other phone at? Girl, do I have my other phone? Oh, it's right here. Yesterday, during Dane Calloway's video, he spoke about the tariffs, and in the tariffs, or talking about the tariffs, he basically had Donald Trump doing a shout out to Dane Calloway too. Y'all make sure y'all please go follow Dane if y'all want some real information, the truth, or whatever the case may be. But he spoke about how great, what's his name is.
You know, they believe me.
He spoke about, this is Donald Trump. He spoke about how great Elon is and how people should be happy and people really love him. And he said something that really caught my attention. He said, this guy's not, he's a great guy. He's from another planet or something like that. Let me see.
They control our politicians. If you look at the kind of numbers that these guys make then and now, but we had a commission meeting in the I think it was 1887. Think of this problem. I think you're a fan of Elon. He is from a different.
There you go. Look.
Do that. Elon did that. By the way, Elon is great. That guy is such a great guy. I think you're a fan of Elon. He is from a different planet. He's
now, a lot of y'all gonna say, there you go, your goals fall. You see what I'm saying? He just saying, that means he's great. Girl, the people tell y'all the truth every time. Okay? He said, I know you're a great fan of Elon. He's a great guy. He's not from this planet. I don't know if it's my intuition. I don't know if it's my ancestral connection. But from the moment I laid eyes on Elon, I said, that is not a real person. And I didn't even say it like that. I was just like, there's something very off about this Elon dude. Look.
And China does it. That's what China did. If you want to open a factory and sell cars, if you build a factory here or have a factory, they don't take our cars. They wouldn't take our cars. But if you build a plant in China, you can do that. Elon did that. By the way, Elon is great. That guy is such a great guy. I think you're a fan of Elon. He is from a different planet. He's.
See, when they finally come out and tell y'all the truth about this, because they're already telling us, but most people, it'll fly over most of our head. When they come out and finally be like, yeah, we got this AI technology or whatever technology that allows us to, they already got transhumanism. We've already spoke about that. We talked about that in length on this channel. Okay. We spoke about transhumanism in length on this channel here. When they finally come out and you start realizing, because they trying to get you all souped up, they're gonna have robots in the grocery stores and at the restaurants and all of that stuff. When they finally come out and tell you what really been going on, I'ma just say I knew it. It's something about that man, and I've never even been in his presence, but just even seeing him on TV, he's not a real person. And for Trump to sit on here and say he's from another planet, it's gonna go over most people's head because they're gonna say, but we didn't mean it like that. He was just saying that he's so great. That means he's from another planet because he's just so great. Okay. Elon Musk is not real. Elon Musk, in my opinion, is not real. That is not a real person. And I don't give a damn how many babies he have. They already making babies in the lab anyway. I don't care. Elon Musk is not a real person. He emerged from South Africa. Don't nobody know him. Don't know. Y'all can say what y'all. That's not a real person. And I say what I see. Trump just told you he's from another planet. Yeah. And it's crazy you put the Cabbage Patch Kids thing in there because I've been talking about getting on that too. I really been talking about getting on the Cabbage Patch Kids. I'm thinking about this Friday for Educational Friday. What was the topic? I need to start writing down these topics. I literally was just sitting there thinking about Educational Friday. What have I been watching? It's something I've been watching. And I was like, yo, we could talk about that for Educational Friday. I can't remember. Girl, it's going to come to me. But it's a good topic that I was thinking about talking about for this Educational Friday. I just got to start writing stuff down. But anyway, we'll get to it. And you know what's crazy? Y'all remember, put a 1 in the chat if you ever seen Bebe's Kids. Now, this is the grown folks conversation because the Bebe's Kids came out in the 90s. Y'all remember Bebe's Kids with Robin Harris? He was like Bernie Mac before Bernie Mac. It could have been heretic. I think so. I think it has something to do with religion and how they first brought it over here. Look, y'all remember what was a famous line in that movie, Bebe's Kids? These test tube babies. Remember that? Put a 3 in the chat if you remember when Robin Harris was over there and he was like, them ain't my kids, them Bebe's kids. And he said something about you test tubes, babies. Man, this shit been out. This been out. I'm just saying. This been. And that was in the 90s. He called Bebe's Kids test tube babies because they was different. Weird. There you go. We don't die, we multiply. There you go. Y'all know what I ain't talking about. Yup. They put it in front of your face. They put it in front of your face every time. Y'all could go ahead on it. All right. I'll just be a conspiracy theory and I'll be on the island because I ain't gonna lie, I've been undefeated with my conspiracy. So let's move on. Yes, we don't die, we multiply. Them test tube babies was a different. Let's move on. Elon is not a real person, and I say what I said. Elon is not a real person, and Trump just told you he's from another planet. Yeah, I remember the robots in the movie. Yeah. Now they got black American women thinking that scheduling C-sections and impregnating another woman with your seed is normal. Your husband or your mate going in and putting his part in the cup, and then you going in and they extracting your eggs, and then going under a microscopic lab or going into a lab and putting them together. And then you don't see none of this. Let's put it in perspective. You don't get to see none of this. All you know is you dropping off the stuff, and then you coming back when they call you and say, girl, it's ready, like a pizza. You don't. Let's put it in perspective. Let's put it in perspective. And that's the thing. If it's not needed, that makes it worse. And I'm so glad you said that, Midnight Black. It's one thing if you really want to have a child and there's no way possible. Not the doctor saying, oh, well, you got fibroids, so you probably won't be able to do it, so just go ahead and put it in a cup. That's not what I'm talking about. Listen. They got you thinking that taking your husband and have him put his part in a cup, you go in later and they extract your stuff, then they go behind the scenes. You go home. They go behind the scenes in the petri dish and they put these two things together and they tell you, okay, you got X amount of eggs, X amount of da-da-da. We're going to put it in the freezer. We're going to hold it back here in case you want it later. Oh, yeah. That's another thing y'all doing. Just freezing your eggs for no reason. Well, I'm not ready to have a child at this moment. I'm only 25. So I'm going to go and freeze my eggs until I'm ready. Black women having babies in their 40s and 50s. What is y'all talking about? They got you thinking you infertile. And you the most fertile person on the earth. They numbers dwindling, not yours. But you're going to give them your eggs. You're giving them a piece of your mitochondrial DNA to hold on for safekeeping. Let's put it in perspective. Let's put this in perspective. Yeah. Take a portion of my DNA and we're going to let you hold it at your house. And y'all, they got people think they normalizing that. They think this is normal. So boom, your husband or your mate put his portion in. You put your portion in and tell you got 12 eggs. Who knows? You might have 55. Who knows? You feel what I'm saying? And then you wait on them to tell you they done connected the two, and then they take said eggs and then find another woman of your choice because they want you to make it seem like you are in charge of this process. So you get to choose the woman you want, and then we're going to take what you believe to be. We're going to take what you believe to be your egg and your mate's with no tampering. And we're going to put this in to another person. This person, even though people say, but it doesn't matter. It's just the holding position. It's just the person holding it. You mean to tell me that person don't deposit nothing to your baby while they're growing a child inside of them? You a new age fool. You mean to tell me if I put your egg in my body, that baby won't get nothing from me? You a new age fool. But neither here nor there. They got y'all thinking this is normal. Mind you, black women ain't never had issues having children, even with the fibroids. We still having kids. So boom, you go put your eggs in another lady, or what you believe to be your eggs and your partner's sperm. You put that in another lady, and then out pop goes the baby. And you wonder why, after you have the baby, you don't have a certain connection to the baby. But this is normal in 2025. Yeah. Gotcha. But this normal though. Mind you, black Americans in particular, but black people all over the globe been having babies the old-fashioned way since the beginning of time. Ain't never had no problems. Now all of a sudden, everybody's scheduling C-sections. You don't know how that's affecting your child or you. Everybody's going freeze eggs, put them up in the freezer, let the clear people hold on to them. You don't know what they doing. You don't know how many eggs you even got. They telling you what you got. Oh yeah, you got 16 eggs. Girl, you might have 70,000. And they might be using said eggs to implant the clears because they the ones having the issues, not you. Mm-hmm. And let's bring up the celebrity piece. Those are your advertisers. Those are your billboards. Your celebrities, they're your billboard. They are the advertisement for you to go ahead and do what they do. Shamia, Chloe, Kim K, Candy. Who else? Gabrielle Union. Who else? Put them out there. All of these celebrities are your commercials. They walk in cyber commercials. That's all they are. That's literally all they are. Commercials. See, they are controlled. They have to do what the people at the top tell them to do. Even if they don't want to do it, they have to do it. They have to do it. You don't even see the play because you like said celebrity. Oh, but I love Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's relationship. They're such couples goals. You so blind and duck stupid. All you looking at is, I like this person. You don't even realize that they're your walking commercial. So, if Gabrielle Union can have her baby outside of her body, and Candy girl, her and Shamia could share surrogates, and then the surrogate lady could have a whole practice where all she do is get celebrity people pregnant. Y'all start to internalize that and think that that is normal, but it's not of God. It's not. I don't think the Most High is pleased with this. If you think about all of the times he done took down the earth, it's always been behind humans doing too much. It's every time we get to doing too much. And this is the worst part. Let's put it all in perspective. Let's really talk about it. Let's put it all in perspective. You're following clear people. Who was the first person, celebrity-wise, to do? You're following clear women. Who was the first woman to do the surrogate? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, because y'all act like y'all don't follow these people, but you follow them. You follow them. Who was the first person to do the celebrity? What you call them? Yeah. Kim. Because remember, I would say Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson been lying to y'all, telling y'all them churn come straight up out of his nutsack. And we all know that was a lie. But he still never promoted it as something that he did. Let's really be clear about it. It wasn't Mike, because even though we believe that ain't his churn, Mike will never tell you that. So that was never promoted to you. It was Kim Kardashian. You know, back when Keeping Up with the Kardashians was lit, then they turned around and had Chloe do it. Clear people. Yep, Brad and Angelina. These are still clear people, though. They still clear people. And while black women want to run around with their chest up like we don't follow no trends, yes, you do. And you're following dumbass clear women. Because then right after that, they had to flip it over. Gabrielle Union. They had to flip it over. Candy. They had to flip it so that you can digest it more. And now, here we go. Everybody dropping off their eggs down to the freezer. Y'all is crazy. Y'all is crazy. Go ahead on and volunteer to give them your DNA and your mitochondrial DNA. Go ahead on. Go ahead on. Not because you have to. 90% of y'all doing it because you want to, because it's trendy. I don't want to mess up my body, so I'm going to go ahead on and put my eggs up. You know, I'm with this nigga and I don't plan on leaving him, but just in case we want to have churn and he act right 10 years from now, I want to be able to have them, you know, put our egg and they stuff together so that we can have the baby. Y'all is different. Leave that stuff alone. And speaking of clear women, I'm seeing my word clear is getting around the internet. Shout out to all the people who are saying what I say. Because that's exactly what they are, clear people. Shout out to the clears if you're in here. You know, y'all gets quiet in here. You know what I'm saying? But my word clear is making rounds. I seen somebody on the neighborhood talk say the clear woman, and everybody like, oh my God, clear. Da, 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 da. Shout out to y'all, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's what they are. Now, I had another name that I was calling them originally, but my best friend told me that was a bit much. So I came up with clear. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the clears. That has multiple meanings. Yeah. Shout out to the people using the term clear. I also want to bring up what's the lady name? I don't know this bug-eyed lady. There was a lady who let me get her up here. Let me just get her up here, child. Y'all get the likes up on the video. We need a commercial break. I don't want to say the other name because the clears might be on here. If the clears is on, they might get me up out of here. But the first name was Reptilian. Let's go to a commercial break really quickly. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I'll be right back.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, niggas the black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga the nigga black, I'm black and I'm brown, You got to shake. They want the black. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black. I can never be white. Shake, if your leg, wiggle, lift your leg, bounce, lift your leg, hustle, lift your leg, if your leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if your leg is around, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, man. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
Let's go, Miss Peggy.
Y'all make it.
Let's go, Peggy. Miss Peggy Bother. Peggy Bother. Make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, make that ass drop, make that ass rock. Ooh, do it for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Wobble for a whopper, make it wobble for a whopper. Ooh, Peggy Sue. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh, Peggy. Ooh. Peggy about to say she about to work it like a black girl. Make that ass jump, make it rock like a black girl. Rock. You fine, Peggy. Ooh, you fine, Peggy. Ooh, bow-legged Peggy and a booty kind of heavy. Bend it on over, girl, toot it like a levy. Bow-legged Peggy, booty kind of heavy. Bend that ass over, toot it like a levy. Lift that ass, lift that ass. Ooh, Peggy about to work, she about to rock, she about to move, she about to make it.
These fucking transplants, they do what the fuck they want to do. Period. This hoe right here. Her dog around there jumped on churches. Churches ain't moving. I told this hoe she gonna replace my fucking chicken. Bitch, you can shut the door all you want, hoe. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of your privilege. I ain't scared of your white landlord. I ain't scared of the fucking mayor. I ain't scared of the fucking police. And I ain't on your property, bitch. You're supposed to have your dog on a fucking leash. You done killed my fucking chicken. I gotta take my fucking chicken to the fucking vet. Cause you do what you want to do. You filthy white hoe. I got no respect for none of you. Oh, he walking. Oh, thank God. Thank God. All right, churches. All right. I'm still gonna get that hoe though. Fuck that hoe.
I'm always so tickled by that video. Oh, shout out to Byron Cole, bro. Shout out to Byron Cole. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Byron Cobra. I don't know why he tickles me to death. That's Byron Cole, girl. I don't know why Byron tickles me to death. Some people in New Orleans don't like him because he's not the popular, but I love Byron Cole. I don't care what nobody say. I love Byron Cole. And I loved his mama too. So his mama stayed off the corner from my grandma. So yeah, I know their family. Shout out to Byron Cole, bro. But anyway, he said, "You filthy white hole." Wait, girl, one more time. I love me some Byron Cole. One more time. Hold on, where Byron at? Get on here, Byron.
These fucking transplants, they do what the fuck they want to do. Period. This hoe right here. Her dog around there jumped on churches. Churches ain't moving. I told this hoe she gonna replace my fucking chicken. Bitch, you can shut the door all you want, hoe. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of your privilege. I ain't scared of your white landlord. I ain't scared of the fucking mayor. I ain't scared of the fucking police. And I ain't on your property, bitch. You're supposed to have your dog on a fucking leash. You done killed my fucking chicken. I gotta take my fucking chicken to the fucking vet. Cause you do what you want to do. You filthy white hoe. Got no respect for none of you. Oh, he walking. Oh, thank God. Thank God. All right, churches. All right. All right. I'm still gonna get that hoe though. Fuck that hoe.
Hey, bro. Hey. I don't blame Byron. Listen, Byron goes down to city council meetings. Byron will curse out the judge. Byron will curse out the chief of police. Byron will curse out the mayor. Byron curses out everybody. So let's really be clear, black or white, Byron will curse you out. He don't care. He will curse out your child. If your child acting grown and doing too much, he will curse out your. That's Byron. That's just who he is. You feel what I'm saying? If he feel like he violated, you're gonna get cursed out. It just is what it is. And I love that. He keep the same energy 24/7. And I love that. They had a video on TikTok. Girl, of what's this guy? Is this my, how do you get to my profile? No. Hold on. Girl, hush. They had this picture on this video on TikTok. Girl, get off of here. TikTok is a weird place. But there was this person on TikTok, and they had a hood chicken. And the guy was like, man, this who got this rooster? Who this rooster for? And the dude was like, oh, that's the neighborhood rooster. He said, go on home. Girl, it was so funny. I sure wish I could find it. But it was the neighborhood rooster or whatever the case. And it was a time you had to be there. But black people and their pets, that's just who we are. Black people and their pets, that's who we are. Now I want to move on because I feel like I'm wasting too much time. Hold on. Yeah, I feel like I'm wasting too much time. So let's move on, you guys. So I want to move to, let's start with, where should I go from here? Oh, let's get this race baiting thing going in the Jasmine Crockett situation. Let's get that going. Look, y'all. I had, here go the rooster video. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Black people is crazy. This the rooster video. Let me show y'all right quick. Hold on. Look at the rooster video, y'all.
What's going on, boy, on the east side? But what that stone, nigga? Goddamn, boy, is a chicken in that motherfucker. They almost got shot. And it be, hey, bro. Oh, that's your chicken?
Yeah, that's the hood chicken.
That's the hood chicken.
That's the hood rooster.
The hood rooster. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck no, but this shit, bro.
Bring one over here, watch what you do to it.
Man, what? I see a nigga gangster, but nigga walking down on me, bro. I'm like, look, bro. He said it's the hood rooster, nigga. The fuck? Who the fuck got a rooster in the hood, boy? Hell nah, boy. Rambo. Hell nah. What the fuck going on, boy, on the east side?
It was the way he walked out the kitchen like, Rambo, get your ass on home.
Boy, what that stone nigga? Goddamn, boy, is a chicken in that motherfucker. They almost got shot. Hey, they be, hey, bro, hey, bro.
Rambo, get your ass to the house, boy.
Oh, that's your.
Nigga said, Rambo, get your ass to the house, bro. Listen, nigga said, that's your chicken now. That's the hood chicken. I love us, bro. We are just the most unserious. How you have a hood chicken? It's the hood rooster. And his name is Rambo. Rambo the rooster. Black people is a different breed of people, I'm telling you. Black Americans in particular, on everything. We a different breed of people. We a different breed. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got a whole rooster that belong to the whole hood. Nigga, and everybody look out for the rooster. Nigga say, take your ass home, boy. Shout out the Rambo. Shout out the churches. We outside. I wanted to show y'all this too. Remember that man that was on that nag? I found him. Look.
Hey, tell them what you don't do now. Come on.
I'm going to get my trainers out right now.
Come on, baby. Hey, he gonna ride, man.
He say this nigga slow, boy. Let me get that trainer stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he said a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Hey, a little bit of Rambo.
He don't know. He's like, this is his first time riding. I mean, not his first time, but like getting gallop is going fast.
No, you know, a little bit ain't gonna really go unless you put a whip on him a little bit.
Oh, you want to race this one?
Hey, we got a little YouTube out here on a little bit. Are you ready?
I love seeing black people on horses. I swear I do. I love, and this is an actual trail ride, if anybody want to know. But I love seeing black people on horses. Shout out to the kids. But I found this man here who I seen on Twitter. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I know this is somebody's child. I don't want to go all Carly Red or whatever the case may be, but this specimen here, yeah, God took his time on a few of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the dreads in the wind for me on the horse. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But yeah. He from South Carolina, girl. He sound like it. Talking about calling things a nag and all of that, girl. Just anticipate, say, let me examine. Girl, y'all is crazy. But let's get Jasmine Crockett up here, because y'all seen black people still ride horses. Black people own land. Black people tend to their land. Black people do all of these things, okay? Let's really be clear about it. Just because most of us live in in city areas does not mean that black people aren't living on land and tending to their land and owning land. As a matter of fact, that's my goal, to get me some land and tend to my own land. But here comes Jasmine Crockett with that bad wig. I think she got locks under her wig. But here comes Jasmine Crockett over here windmilling for everybody except us. And the fact that people love her, I don't understand. How do y'all not see the play? This is a real question. How do you not see the play when it comes to Jasmine Crockett? But we about to get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. And let's get into Jasmine Crockett on here talking about how we need the immigrants because they the only ones that's farming, and black people not gonna want to farm. Black people not. And then she starts talking about picking cotton. First of all, you bad wig hole. We ain't picked cotton since before the cotton gin was doggone created. They didn't even have slaves picking cotton at first. I mean, after a while. Okay. But she's on here, of course, putting her cape on for everybody except you black Americans. But y'all love her though. Y'all love some Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett take up for everybody except you. But this is your representative. This is the person y'all love though. Okay, when Jasmine Crockett starts standing on business for black Americans, somebody please contact me. Please let me know, because every time I see him, she over here caping for everybody else. But Jasmine goes on this press conference, I don't know what it was, with a bad wig per usual, talking about how She's defending immigrants and she's passionate. Let's get into it. It says Representative Jasmine Crockett sparked some backlash after passionate defense of migrants. The fact is, none of y'all trying to farm right now. We done picking cotton. What does picking cotton have to do with farming? What does picking cotton have to? Farming and picking cotton don't even go together, because picking cotton was a slave job, right? And remember, a cotton gin was what do you call it? Was created so that didn't even have to happen no more. A black person created a cotton gin, so we don't have to do that. But she's equating farming to picking cotton. Yeah, she is utilizing trigger words to make people be like, oh, girl, yeah, you right, girl. I ain't trying to go out there and pick no cotton. Who's picking cotton? So she's saying that basically we need the migrants because they the only ones doing the job. It says Representative Jasmine Crockett said the quiet part out loud while making a strong case for why migrants are essential in the U.S. economy. I told you, on site, the neighborhood talk, the shade room, all of these are Terrance pages. Yes. What's her name? Rashid. What's her name? The girl who allegedly beat up Cardi. She's a tether too. These are opposition, COINTELPRO, Terrance organization. So now they're saying that what she's saying is valid. This is cap. This is cap. But look at what they're saying. They quote her saying, "We are a country of immigrants." No, we're not. Well, we are according to what they're telling us. None of y'all are trying to go out and farm now. We done picking cotton, she said during a heated debate that's now going viral online. Crockett's comments sparked a praise and backlash. But many agreed that what she said is what a lot of folks thinking. First of all, again, farming and picking cotton are not the same. And I don't even know why. I know why she brought it up, because she wants y'all emotionally charged. But she brings this up and people are really okay in this. Check it out.
I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
This is a damn costume. You can't tell me nothing other than the wig, the talk, the vernacular she uses, the clothes. This is a whole costume. At this point, she might not even be real. But go on.
Fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now.
That is very harmful and disrespectful to black farmers. Do you know that black farmers were supposed to receive reparations for all of the land and all of the stuff and the taxes and all the stuff that they did not receive? And guess who received those reparations? The clears. There's a whole large community of black people who own land and own farms and farm. So she's making it seem like none of us do farm, none of us own land, none of us do all of that. This is very, very dangerous right here. Just because you ain't out there on the farm don't mean black people ain't farming. But this is y'all girl though. This your girl.
Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your... We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation. I know that's right. So I had to go.
So she's saying that black people who farm are on plantations and picking cotton. That's what I get from it. These are the facts. It ain't that black people don't want to go outside and do that labor. It's in us. That's what we do. But they don't pay us enough. See, the reason why the immigrants could come over here and get these jobs, because they pay them 2/3 less than what they should be getting paid, because they're illegal, most of them. Okay. And some of them, even the ones coming over here legally, are trying to get up. So yeah, they don't mind making way less money because there's 15 of them in one household anyway. But to sit up here and first of all equate farming to picking cotton, that's a problem. And I hope somebody snatched that whole wig off her head. For real, for real. That's a huge problem. And it's very disrespectful to the black people who are farmers, who farm, and who've been fighting for their rights and the things that they deserve as their land. And she coming on here talking about is picking cotton. That's what you feel about people who farm, picking cotton. And she on here telling everybody, and look at people laughing. Yep, you right, girl. I ain't trying to pick no cotton. It's just the ignorance for me. But again, every time I see this lady open her mouth, she talking about taking up for for immigrants. And it just bothers me. And I don't see, outside of the antics and the shenanigans and the performative bullshit that y'all love to see from her, how do you not see that this lady care about everybody except you? She caping and putting a cape on for everybody except you. But that's your girl. This is the representation of Black women. They got this young boy, Carmelo Anthony, going through what possibly could be a huge case as far as defending himself. How much have she said about that? Who follows her? What if she said about the Carmelo Anthony case? And she's from Texas. What has she said about the defense of Carmelo Anthony? But she on here going viral, telling Black people we should have immigrants come in and we pay the money so that they can be here. Because remember, Chicago, they were in there going crazy because they were raising taxes, closing down schools, closing down parks and all that stuff for the immigrants. She want us to foot the bill for immigrants because why? But this our girl, right? This the girl. This our girl. Y'all better stop that. Y'all gotta learn to be entertained, but still keep your eyes open. You have to learn to be entertained with your eyes open. A lot of Black people get entertained with their eyes wide shut. A lot of Black people are entertained and they laugh and slap their knees with their eyes wide shut. This lady has been caping for any and everybody except you. But see, women like this lady right here, she don't get her just due because she's not snapping her neck. Yes, sister girl, because what you want to do, you bleach, bad, build, but the real message gets overtaken because she's not the Jasmine Crockett, ignorant ass Black hole. Listen to the real message.
About our lineage. Who are we? We're Black Americans. I can trace my family back, my ancestors back to the 1700s. Okay? So we're Black Americans. We have been here since the founding of the country. That matters, does it not? Does it matter that our parents, our ancestors were here since the founding, since the 1600s, since the 1700s? Is that relevant? Is that significant? Yes, I think it is. Well, I mean, my ancestors didn't slave and sweat and toil and all that hard work that they did for Joanne Reed to have a job. She's from the Congo. They worked for Black Americans to have jobs. They did all that for Black Americans, not people from the Congo who are first generation Americans. Not even Kamala Harris, who's Indian American and Jamaican. Right. My ancestors didn't work for Kamala Harris to have these benefits. They worked for Black Americans to have benefits. I think even Obama is not even a Black American. This is why using color, the skin color, is not sufficient. It's American experience. It's confusing. Right. And this is why I say white Americans and Black Americans have been in America the longest since its founding. And that is significant. That matters. That history matters. And so this is why, and I don't know why so many, and I want to get into this issue about Black women, Black American women supporting. I know it's nonprofit, but Black American women don't understand most of them. Some do, but most of them don't understand. They think everything is about skin color. And that's a superficial analysis of the situation. They're not looking at the history. They don't know the history. And they're just so wedded to the political left position, embracing all of their policies. And their policies have been detrimental to Black America. They need to get away from that embrace of all these policies that are the detriment. So what I'm thinking, they're not doing their homework. They're not reading this cast your bucket where you are. Cast down your bucket where. They're not reading this history. They're being superficial. They're just watching the television and going along with what the politicians say, that is not sufficient. About our
I just want to say hello.
You get it? That's the real message. Black American women are not educated as you think you are, because y'all around here still calling Scamala a black woman, and she's not a black woman. Oh, next time y'all need to listen to the black woman. She coming out, I told you so. She is not a black woman. She is an Indian, for lack of a better term. And y'all around here calling her a black woman. And these are the people you listening to. You not even realize you're literally giving away everything your ancestors fought for. Jasmine Crockett is up here caping for the immigrants to get all of the things that your people fought for. Shout out to Kathleen Wells. That's the lady's name who was talking about the things that the clip we just saw. You so blinded, educated and blind that you think that all these people with some sort of melanin is your people. And they over here leading you right into the burning bush. Jasmine Crockett is trash. She needs to be excommunicated from Black Americans. I don't stop. Y'all can't be entertained. Y'all, it's almost like Black people want to say they could chew gum and walk at the same time, but I don't see it. I don't say it. I don't say it. Every time you turn around, y'all getting played to the left by the very people y'all claim is on your side. They keep playing you. They keep playing you. These are paid actors. They get paid to come on here and tell you stupid ass shit like this. Like, oh, black people, y'all ain't trying to farm. Y'all trying to pick cotton and look at the blacks. No, we not, girl. We sure is not, girl. Girl. We done seen the movie Roots. Ain't none of us tries to pick no cottons, girl. I know what you saying, girl. You right. Go ahead on, get all the immigrants on over here to do the farm work, because ain't none of us just trying to pick no cotton. Disrespecting the large group of Black Americans who own farms, who farm their own land, who make money selling the timber off their land, who basically feed themselves, and they have generational wealth through the land. Oh, my bad, because I forgot. Y'all just waiting for a check. That's a whole other situation. Go ahead on and get that check. If I believe they're going to give a reparations check, and the moment they do, the moment you accept it, you have literally sold what you owed, which is the land. This whole continent belongs to you, but you waiting on a check so you could be broke next year anyway and still be under the same confines you've been under. But somebody gonna flip this and say, oh, but Voodoo she don't believe in reparations. I believe in reparations, but you owed 10 trillion times more than a goddamn check. But go ahead on, fight for your check. Most of us fiscally irresponsible anyway, so we be broke next year, back in the same position, don't have nothing to leave our kids, nothing to leave nothing, because all we worried about is following Tariq Nasheed talking about we coming to get our check. They don't see it, Atomic. Atomic, you just said it, but that part goes clean over their head. Atomic Indigo just said it. That's definitely going to be the play. You give up, if you want this check, you give up your rights to the land. You're selling your own, your birthright. You're selling it. You're selling it. That's what you're going to be doing. You are owed a check, but you owe way more than a check. You owe land, you owe all type of, but they just gonna summarize it with a check. Mind you, the dollar ain't worth a nickel anyways no more. But you gonna sell off your land and your rights and your birthright for a check, and then you're gonna go out and buy whatever you want to buy. I ain't judging you. And then next year you're gonna be back to square one, and then your ass really gonna be a slave. Go ahead, girl. All right. Okay, girl. Sure. Let's move on. Because that went over a lot of people's head. I know it is. And it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. I'm okay with that. I've always started off on the island by myself. I'm fine. I know how to survive. But hey, mark my words. Get me up here. Mark my words. I know I'm right. But keep running up there talking about you want your check. They're going to give you a check, all right. Then you really going to belong to their ass. All of the land they done stole from your ancestors, the businesses they done burnt down, and you want to settle down for a check, even if they gave you $2 million or $10 million, that ain't enough. They owe you way more than that. And whenever y'all start doing your genealogy and realize a lot of you niggas ain't had no slave ancestors, that's gonna cut you deep, huh? Wait till you hit that genealogy and you realize most of y'all ancestors wasn't even no slave. Then what you gonna do? That's gonna cut you deep. Then what you gonna do? But they don't tell you to do the genealogy. They just want you to go off the movie roots and make you think all y'all ancestors were slaves. Watch when you do your genealogy and see. That's gonna hurt your heart. Wait on, girl. Then what you gonna go fight for? Let's move on. I know I'm right, so it is what it is. Let's move on. Speaking of bullshit, let's go to the South Africans talking about what? Wait, I didn't know this. Tariq is a dude from the movie Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. LOL, the one who was all pro-black to the end of the movie. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. Let me clear this up before we move on to the South Africans versus the New Orleans Zulu. Let's really be clear about that. Some of us were slaves, but you got to be careful because this is why genealogy is important. Some of us were slaves. Some of us use that term because it was a status. Okay? So meaning just because you see slave on the census don't necessarily mean you were actually a slave. You got to be able to peel back the layers on this. Slave was a status. Like white is a status. Like black is a status. Asian, mulatto status. So just because you see it on the census, that don't necessarily automatically mean you a slave. What you talking about? Lil Wayne baby mama pass. What? Yes, they did have white slaves. What is y'all talking about? Lil Wayne baby mama pass. Don't throw me off right quick. What is y'all saying? That's another thing too, Shorty. Just because your family was a slave don't mean they I hope y'all not. Let me say this too. Nivea, what? Resume mama. Y'all done broke my wisdom. What? Y'all done broke my wisdom. And this better be true. This is another thing. Y'all gotta stop repeating stuff until you know for a fact. This better be true. Hold on. Only one person saying it. It's somebody to break my wisdom. Let me go back to what I'm saying. I'm about to find out right now. But if you break it, if I find out this is a lie, I'm blocking you out my chat. I'm telling you now. If I find out this is a lie, I'm blocking you out my chat because you're trying to break my wisdom on purpose. I think that's a troll. I think so too. Let's move on. I can't fact check that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Anyway, that's a troll, but that's what they do to break your wisdom. Keep in mind, that's what they do when you talking. They mods find the person who said that. It was somebody that said resume mama. Whoever said that and repeated it, block them. Whoever said that and repeated it, block them. This here you go. I got you, fat. Don't worry about it. Let me get you up off of here. Got you. Let me block you indefinitely. Yeah, let me get you up off of here. Because you're not gonna break my wisdom. But like I was saying, when you find out through your genealogy, when you find out doing your genealogy, there's gonna be a lot of on the census. It's gonna say slave, right? Slave was a status, right? That's why they had freedmen. Okay. Slave was also a status. Also, because you were 3/5 of a man, you weren't counted as an actual person. Okay. Until you can find the plantation, the documentation of what plantation you was on, the family, because their family should still be here. They're still here. Then you go after reparations through said family and the government. But just because you see S for slave or slave on documentation don't automatically necessarily mean you were a slave. But there were people who were slaves, okay? And those people are going to get reparations for said slavery, okay? But a lot of us were not slaves. And when we figure that part out, and when I say slave, I mean from the Roots movie and all of that stuff. When we figure that part out, then it's going to throw a monkey wrench in all of the things you've always been taught. Then what? Then what are you going to go after? Well, I'll tell you what you'll go after. You'll go after the labor that your family had to endure. You'll go after the stolen land. You know, the KKK, they were the catalyst for stealing your land. You're going to go after the stolen land. You're going to go after the GI Bill that your family didn't get after World War II. Because remember, the Great Depression, Black Americans wasn't hurting. It was them clears. You wasn't hurting. It was them clears. When you look at pictures from the Great Depression, it's a whole lot of clears laid out on the ground, drunk, broke with nothing in it. It was the clears. You're going to go after the land they stole from you, the businesses they burnt down, the Freedmen's Bank. There's so much you need to go after. And when you realize slavery is a hijack to get you to keep your mind off of that whole thing, it's going to be a whole other story. But they're going to sell you that that's what it was, and they're going to give you your reparations. But the moment you sign for your piece of reparations, you're going to literally sell everything that you won't be able to come back and say they owe you for anything else. And then your ass going to be broke in about a year or two, tops. Then what? Then what you going to do? But people gonna take that as I'm hating and I'm not for reparations. I get it. I don't care. You can flip it how you want it, you broke ass niggas. And when I say broke niggas, I don't mean money. I mean mindset. A lot of you niggas is broke. And that's why they use money to, almost got it. Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be quicker than that. And you niggas. Every time. Let's move on. Let's get into the Zulu stuff because I want to get up off of here. Let's get into the Zulu stuff. So, okay. This is what's going on. So South Africans feel some type of way. I don't know, some weird ass South African who probably ain't even in South Africa feel like the Zulu situation in New Orleans is cultural appropriation, is disrespectful, and this, that, and the third. And I want to talk about it because somebody put it in my comments yesterday, and I really wanted to touch on this. So I don't know who this Luna M girl is. She probably an American over here in America. But she says, these are Zulu people. Americans are so disrespectful. OMG, blackface on top of that. Now, this is an ignorant ass mother effer who don't know nothing about our culture, who don't know nothing about who and what we are. Let's really be clear about this. I want to start by saying this. Let's really be clear about this. Okay? Let's really be clear about this. Hold on. Stop with the narrative that most of us was and have slavery ancestors. We are the children of the Most High, so we will be the victors. Right, absolutely. That's a fact. But let's really be clear about this. So this girl feels some type of way because she said that this was disrespectful to South Africans. First of all, you know nothing about this culture here. First of all. Second of all, I'm so sick and tired of you Negroes and these black people and people, period, just being so sensitive without actually knowing the facts of what they even sensitive about. This is not blackface. Let's start there first. The paint on their face, it looks like blackface because like clears always do. They take our culture, remix it, and give it back to us as to what they perceive it to be. That's why y'all still is so doggone offended by the Confederate flag and the swastika. That's what they do. They take your culture, put it in a bag, shake it up, remix it, and give it back to you in a negative sense, and then you start to despise your culture because you start to thinking that, oh my God, this is horrible. That's why y'all still mad at Ye for wearing the swastika. Niggas, I still don't understand why y'all mad at that, because that ain't got nothing to do with you niggas. Even if he was being offensive, what that got to do with niggas? But that's a whole other story. So this person being ignorant per usual. Oh, this is so offensive. Look at this culture. Do something about it. I ain't even going to explain it. We ain't clearing nothing up. Do something about it. And you ain't going to do nothing about it. Because it's the ignorance for me. Hold on. So I went and did some other research, right? I went and did some other research. Look at somebody else. Found out there's a Zulu parade in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Okay, wrap it around. Wrap it around. This is the thing. What they're trying to do is take FBA, if that's what you want to call us, Indian, Indigenous, Black American, whatever you want to call us. What they're trying to do is take our culture, right, and make it seem like we're being mockful or we're being disrespectful to their culture when our culture is older than their culture. The clear people are writing the history, right? So they're telling you how old this stuff is. When the fact of the matter is, American culture is the oldest culture in the world, Craig. Let's really be clear about this. The Black American culture has been the oldest culture on the face of this earth. What they did was strip us from our culture and then sent it out to different places all over America to make you think that you don't have a culture. And these new coming Africans, most of them, not all, but a lot of these newly coming Africans who's been told old wives' tale about their culture. That's why the Nigerians blow me the most, because they the most recent of them all. But these new coming African who's been told old wives' tale about their culture, come in here and see what we got going on and think that we wrong. But what you will not do, and I'm standing 10 toes on this. If I had 20, I would stand on all 20. What you will not do is take that, oh my God, and take that clear woman perspective and say that we being disrespectful, oh, I'm just finding out about this and not educate yourself. Have you ever thought for 1 second that maybe what you've been taught was a lie? Because the clear man gave you history. Everything that we've ever created, I say this all the time, America is the original culture. Black Americans are the original culture. Yes, we were everything that they done sent out to everywhere. That was here first. And then they got us sitting up here really thinking that what we do or what our past and history was is bad because they done remixed it and told us that it's bad. It's not. And to the Africans who feel some type of way, do something about it. We ain't clearing nothing up. Do something about it. You could stay your offended ass over there in South Africa and go lay down somewhere. Do something about it. You're not going to get rid of this culture. It's going to continue to go. You're not, because listen, I already told you when they put the Indians on stage for the Super Bowl, I say, see, them Native Americans don't play with us like that because we don't play with them like that. Now here we go with another set of culture that y'all want to sit up here and call blackface because you ignorant, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. Do something about it. We ain't clearing nothing up. Do something about it. Y'all think because they put this stuff in the movies and the books and tell you it happened over there, that's why we thought Wakanda was in Africa. Don't let that go over your head. This is why we thought Wakanda was in Africa. Do not let that go over your head. They took your culture and threw it out all across the world and got you thinking that you copying them. Do something about it. And to the Black Americans, y'all got to stop letting them people tell you your history. You think they're going to give you the truth about your history? Think about it. They took it from you. Why would they give you the truth about your history? But they got the windmilling in the chat, honey. Somebody said, oh, but it can't be because it's literally minstrel face used to mock Africans. First of all, let me say this. This is the most ignorant shit I've ever seen. Let's really be clear about that. Minstrel was used to block minstrel, that whole blackface was used to mock Black Americans. This is another thing. A lot of Africans like to take our history and make it seem like it has something to do with them. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. Everything that happened in America on American soil was used to mock us, not you over in Africa. They didn't even deal with y'all over there. Them people didn't rock with y'all. They came here. It was used to mock us. The fuller lips, the wide nose, and all. It was never used to mock you. Because if that was the case, they would have did it in South Africa. But they didn't. They did it here. It was used to mock us. Don't take my pain and put it on your back and make it seem like it's yours. Don't do that. But this goes along with that out of Africa bullshit too. Because if people think that we all come from Africa, now you got these new Africans running around here making it seem like we copying them and we come from them and oh, they using, girl, bye. Most niggas in America ain't even never been to Africa, let alone South Africa. Stop the cap. They came over here to do that to us. They were not mocking you. Niggas didn't even know about y'all till the 60s and the 70s. Hell, and we really didn't start really figuring out about y'all till the 90s. Let's really talk about it. This Africa thing is a new situation over here. We didn't rock with y'all. We didn't know nothing about y'all. The fuck? I was watching Top Cat's video yesterday, and he made a very good point. He said, if you believe in the out of Africa theory, then you definitely believe we came from a monkey named Lucy, because it all goes together. Girl, these South Africans could kiss the blackest part of my ass. I don't give a damn. Do something about it. Do something about it. You feel played, now what? Do something about it. Let's move on. Let's move on. You feel plagued? Fine. Do something about it. Uglies. Girl. New Orleans will continue to be the mecca of original culture. And we're going to continue to roll how we've been rolling. Ain't nobody going to stop us. I said what I said. Black Americans in America, we're going to continue to be the mecca of culture. We're going to continue to set the standard. We're going to continue to be the people everybody look to, everybody follow, everybody try to recreate but never can duplicate. We're going to continue to be that. And nobody ain't going to stop us. Do something about it. Let's move on. I want to move to Terrence Howard talking about, we got to get on some more lighter topics. So Terrence Howard was talking about this whole Diddy situation. And in said situation, Terrence Howard spoke about how his publicist basically had to tell him that Diddy wanted to get a little boot tag and how he felt some type of way about it, as he should. But my thing is, I ain't gonna lie. This is my thing. This is the only problem I have with celebrities coming out now. Where was y'all antennas at the beginning of this? Like, where was y'all antennas before? And I get it. Maybe they felt like they couldn't say nothing before. I don't know. But why now? But anyway, he's jumping on a bandwagon. I ain't gonna say jump. I like Terrence Howard. So I don't want to say that. But he basically confirming what a lot of people had said about the Diddy situation. He talks about how Diddy is gay as two left shoes. And then to the black gays, nobody is trying to like basically say that y'all dirty or y'all wrong. Y'all trying to emphasize the fact that he's gay and put credence on it. That's not what it is. It's just the fact that the disrespectful part about Diddy being gay is Diddy has been cosplaying as a heterosexual man to us for this whole time. So when people hone in on the fact that he's gay, I promise you, we really not trying to say that being gay is bad for the most part. Okay. What was I saying? I'm sorry. I think the biggest shocker to Americans, to us, is the fact that he played like he wasn't gay. So when people bring up the gay part, I don't think black gay men should be offended, but I'm not going to tell you how to feel. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just more or less of a, wow, we had no idea. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what it was. Let's move into what he had to say.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing.
And this is what he kind of said at the beginning. It's a lot of actors, rappers, singers, artists that's cosplaying as straight men. And they're not. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what the shocker is to the common public. It's a lot of these, especially the rappers. Don't get me wrong. It's one thing for the actors because you be like, no. But when you find out about these hard-ass rappers, you be like, what? Like, I had no idea. I think that's what the shocker is as it pertains to these people doing this stuff behind the scenes because they're selling heterosexual stuff to us, but the whole time they're doing something completely different.
You went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to,
What he's saying is true. See, and this is why they sell celebrity to you. Because what he's saying is, you done did all of this, you done accomplished all of this because you done sold your integrity and sold your soul. When people say sell your soul, a lot of people think that means like on some witchcraft, demonic type stuff. And it is, but not all necessarily always have to be like that. A lot of these people who get into these situations, they have everything that they have because of the things that they do behind the scenes. And when you got to sit down and sit with yourself or look in the mirror, you see what I'm saying? It seems like nobody, like you don't see yourself anymore. And then you have to wait, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody just said that in the chat. Hold on, because I was thinking about Will Smith. Mrs. Hart said that's why Will Smith said in the book that he has all the riches and he still doesn't feel happy. Hell, not just him too, but you're absolutely right. Look at Jada Pinkett. She done had the finest man on earth. Think about it. At one point, Will was the finest black man outside of Denzel. But at one point, Will Smith was the finest, coldest black man that we had. Anybody and every woman would give their left arm to be with Will when he was on top. And you see the red table talk, and this girl Jada was over there saying she was the most unhappiest person on earth. Like, y'all that's why they sell celebrity to you, because what they do is they make it look bigger and better than what it is. And yes, these people have all these things, but they are broken and sick inside. Somebody put Cardi in the chat. She's another one. Cardi had the biggest breakout album probably of all of female hip hop. Cardi had the world in her hands, and every day she on Twitter crashing the F out. You never ask yourself why? Why is Cardi, who was on the top of everything, why even when she was on top, was she on Twitter every day crashing out? It ain't what it seems to be. But when you put, and this is what I talk about when I say a broke mindset. When I say broke, I ain't never talking about broke as far as in your pockets. I don't know what's in your pockets. But I see a lot of broke people, not just black people, but I see a lot of broke people walking this earth, and they really believe that satisfaction and achievement lies within monetary things. And those are the people who end up having everything they have and still be miserable. Look at what's the name of that show they used to come on about the lottery? I wish I didn't win the lottery. I can't remember the name of the show, but it was about all these people who won the lottery. It's talking about millions and millions of dollars and how disgustingly like depressed they became, how they feared for the people that they loved, and how they looked at it. Like one of the guys got on there and said, losing all my money was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now he said, now I can sleep at night. I'm just saying, what he's saying is true on that position. Let's move on.
Wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I'm playing the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me.
This is my question with you. A man invite you over to help him with music and whatever. And you doing all of this, and he just looking at you, and you didn't pick up those social cues. Why did it have to take your publicist to tell you that Diddy wanted to F you? As a woman, if somebody come to me and say, hey, boo, can you help me with this, that, and the third? And I say, all right, bet. And I'm over there doing all this work and helping them, and they just sitting there looking at me. I'm like, ho, is you cool? How is you cool?
Waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Now, was this shade to Denzel? Because Denzel said that he kissed a man in his last role. Ooh. Remember Denzel said he kissed a man and they cut it out? Mind you, we never seen it. He just volunteered the information. Now, why is this important? First of all, Terrance, your situational awareness is all off, like way off. Number one. Number two. Does this not tell you that behind the scenes of the glitz and the glamour and the red carpet, that this is disgusting? Like, this is what they do. This is what they practice. This is normal to them. Did y'all not remember Terry Crews coming out here crying, talking about that clear man grabbed his genitals in front of his wife? This is what they doing. Behind the scenes. While y'all watching them on the red carpet with their women's and all of that, it's a lot of demonic, disgusting things happening in the background that a lot of these actors and entertainers are not coming out and telling you about. All you see is the glitz and the glamour. Yes, sex rituals, all things joy. Absolutely. Absolutely sex rituals. That's exactly what it is. I had found that picture. Remember, I was telling y'all about it. I talk a lot. I'm sorry. But I had found this picture that I was telling y'all about, with the way that they were using music and entertainment and things of that nature to control people. But we talked about this on my Educational Friday one time. And on said Educational Friday, they had this visual of what basically how the people behind the scenes, you know who they are, was using, where that picture at? I'm gonna find it. How they were using, how basically they use music to control us, and it was so demonic and so disgusting and so like horrible. I'm gonna find it. It's on here. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. It should be right around up in here. But that industry is disgusting and demonic. And if y'all can't see that and y'all don't know that, I don't know what else to tell y'all. I truly don't. Because they put this stuff right in front of your face. Now, here in the recent years, they've been very vocal about what's been going on behind the scenes. And like I say, if you don't want to see it, you won't see it. But it's literally right in front of your face. That's what they do. Girl, just because I'm on this live, I can't find it. I'm so mad. I'm going to find it, y'all. I'm going to have to find it another day because we already an hour and a half and I got to talk about the Keri Hilson situation. But they've been showing y'all behind the scenes what they've been doing. And I think that Terrence Howard doing these interviews and all these other celebrities coming out doing the interviews, I get why some of them didn't want to come out, because we understand how unforgiving the public can be. The public can be very unforgiving for their faves. Y'all, when somebody first come out and say something about one of y'all faves, y'all get the windmilling with your head down. So a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't too particularly like that. However, the point I'm making is it's very demonic behind the scenes, and Terrence Howard is just one other person who came out to put that out there. But this is what goes on with y'all faves. This is literally what happens. But Terrence, next time you go to a meeting and some nigga just staring at you, you might want to exit stage left. You might want to exit stage left. Now let's move on to the Keri Hilson situation. I am so mad. Y'all, where we at on likes? All right, we need some more likes on here. We definitely need some more likes on here. Y'all get the likes up on the video really quickly. Since they said we from Africa, let's get the Africans on here to show us how we came from them, girl. Get the likes up.
I see gay people. I see dead people.
All right, I found it. Y'all, I hope y'all got the likes up. Did y'all see that we came from Africa? Because we not like them and they not like us. Anyway, let me show y'all this picture really quickly. Because I need y'all to really get this through y'all head. Because this is what's really behind the scenes. Let's really be clear about this. Do y'all see this picture, this photo? It's a serpent wrapped around a tree. Music. See, instruments, that's music notes. This is a witch, or and there's some warlocks and all this stuff, a lot of demonic stuff. There's a gator. He's on top of some music notes. Do y'all see this? This is the industry. This is the behind the scene tease of the industry. Look at the bottom of the photo. Look at the bottom of the photo. There's a lot of symbolic stuff, but they cosplay it inside of entertainment to keep you laughing and, girl, that's so crazy. Oh, I love their music. Oh, I love going to the show. Oh, I love being at the concert. This is what's behind the scenes. Just for anybody who wanted to see it, okay? Now, moving on. I got to get to Keri Hilson. So Keri Hilson to the Beehive. Let's start here first. Beyonce was not that girl. At this point in time, to be completely honest, Beyonce, Destiny's Child was Destiny's Child. They was Destiny Churn, and it was cool. But that's about it. It was just Destiny's Churn, and it was cool. Nobody was running around here trying to see what was going on with Destiny's Child that much. I ain't gonna lie, when they came out with what's the name of that album with Ladies Leave Your Man at Home, the party's full of butter and the pockets full grown. What that album was? I ain't gonna lie, that's when we first started being like, okay, Destiny, okay, girl. But for the most part, and no, the remix, the no remix, you know what I'm saying? Just the remix though. That's when we started being like, okay, girl, that's the thing. But y'all have to understand, and I know this is going to make a few of the Beehive people mad, but it is what it is. I was there, you wasn't. And if you was there and say I'm lying, then I know you capping because you just like Beyonce. But it's writings on the wall. Thank you. That's the album. That's the album we was like, okay, girl. But prior to that, and even during that time, they had girls who were bigger than Beyonce and Destiny's Children, okay? I know it's hard to grasp because she's the queen bee, even though that belonged to Little Kim too. But I know it's a hard concept to grasp because y'all can't see her as no other or none other than the queen bee, okay? But at the end of the day, before Beyonce became light-skinned for real, see, back in the day, she used to be caramel. And when caramel Beyonce, she was not the biggest thing. People like Keri Hilson, A. Marie, who else? Drop them in the chat. Keri Hilson, A. Marie, it was a whole bunch of the girls. Blue Cantrell, yes, Blue Cantrell. It was a whole bunch of girls who were running the show. Okay. Maya. Oh my God. Aaliyah for sure. I forgot about Maya. Deborah Cox. Girl, listen. It's the same thing that happened with Nicki Minaj. That was before Keisha Cole time. Who said Keisha Cole? Not Keisha Cole, girl. Tell me what in the hell you thinking? Not Keish. Yes, Nivea, Mariah, girl, Tamia. Girl, don't get me started. Like Deborah Cox, like the girls were girling. It was an all-inclusive girl thing. It literally, Monica, yes, it literally took on the same situation when it came down to Nicki Minaj. They both shared those similarities. Prior to Nicki Minaj, the girls were rapping. Like the girls were rapping. Like it was multiple women rapping and they were all doing good. But then as soon as Nicki Minaj came, boom, it was gone. Yeah, Shantae Moore, Brooke Valentine with the girl fight. I'm going to give her the girl fight. I'm not giving her nothing else, okay? But soon as Nicki came, everybody ceased. And the same thing happened with Beyonce. Now, when Beyonce first came out with the Children of Destiny, it was cool, little cute. You know, we did a little, you know, jumping, tight tees, you know. But we moved around because we had SWV, who was the girls of the girls. Let's talk about it. Girl, Escape was bigger than Destiny's Child at some point. Now, y'all could go argue with Chomo. She might be able to tell you that I ain't lying. You feel what I'm saying? But before Destiny's Children became a thing, okay, there were a lot of people doing their own shiznai, okay? Hell, even Escape with Every Man. Even they was popping big. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, Brownstone, girl, changing faces. The girls were girling. Okay? The girls were girling. I got to say that part. 702, Adina Howard, Johnny, girl, the girls were girling. TLC, In Vogue. Oh, my God. The girls were girling. But somewhere in the industry, things started to switch. They say it's too many of these Negroes up at the same time. We need to contain this. Yes, Kelly Price, Tony Braxton. We need to contain this. We need to make this to where only one person is running the show. And that way we can just control that person and we can have more control over everybody else. Now, this is me just, you know, telling how I felt about it because I was there. Oh, don't get me started on Shanice. I love your smile. God, I was just listening to that the other day, girl. Don't get me started. Cut Close, Tony Braxton, Erykah Badu. These, all of the girls were here. Like, everybody was up here. Angie Stone, yes. Everybody was up here. Everybody. Mary, all of these girls. Everybody was up here together. But then they say, we gotta contain this. It's too much going on. So then they turned around and said, we only want one person on top. And day by day, day after day, I watched Beyonce take the style, the slangs, the sayings. I watched her literally colonize the entire industry. And one by one, they all fell down, like Selena said. And when it all falls down. Facts. Okay? Fendi facts. I watched her take Little Kim's Queen Bee, the Barbie. I watched, not the Barbie stuff, but the Queen Bee thing. I watched her take A. Marie's dance style, the way she dressed, the way she talked, the way she walked, everything. I watched her take the swag of Miss Keri Hilson. I watched it. I was there. Y'all can't sit up here and tell me I'm just making this up. Okay? I'm telling you, I was there. And in order to take all these things from these girls, they had to tear each one of them down, okay? Because they only wanted one person on top. They did it in R&B and they did it in rap. R&B was Beyonce, rap was Nicki Minaj. And by the way, once these girls got up here, it was very, very hard for the other girls to climb up there with them. Does that make sense? So boom. Keri Hilson was that girl. My name is Keri. I'm so very fly. Oh my, it's a little bit scary. Keri was on everything. Do you hear me? A Marie, all this one thing you got me tripping. Girl, these girls were girly. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Keri Hilson does this song, Turning Me On. And then there's a diss by Keri Hilson to Beyonce. Now, mind you, around this time, Keri was up there and Beyonce was on her way up. You feel? No, I want to say Beyonce was up by that time. Beyonce was up. And I'm just sitting here saying, why would she just randomly just bust out in like this Beyonce? Like, it was so random. You had to be there. Because we all was sitting there like, what? I didn't even know they had an issue. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And Keri actually writes. Let's really be clear about that. But we always like scratching our head like, wait, girl, this don't make no sense. Why is she getting into it with Beyonce? Now, Beyonce around this time has this big fan base. It's not as huge as it is today, but it is a big fan base. Beyonce is up here with the girls. She done acted like she wasn't getting rid of Destiny's Child, but we all knew she was. When we seen the whole over here talking about crazy and love and all that ugly ass shit, we knew Paul Michelle and Paul Kelly was on their way out the door. She just slow rolled it. We knew it. We knew it. She was like, oh my God, because the girls and I, we're going to always be best friends. I mean, I grew up with these girls. We're going to forever be together. And I'm over on the TV saying, bitch, please. Girl, bye. Girl, Kelly and Michelle, pack your bags, fat. Go ahead on, pack your little overnight bag or spend a night bag because you ain't coming back. That's what I said immediately. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Keri was writing for her, girl. Keri was writing some music for her. Okay, they did one more album, Destiny Fulfilled, and she kicked both of them hoes out. She kicked both of them hoes out like Martin. Get the stepping. But we already knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? The bitch was doing too much, and I seen her pick up something from everywhere else. And for the longest, I always wondered, why would Keri Hilson jump out the window and bash this girl and do a diss song? It never made any sense. Well, Keri Hilson goes on to the Breakfast Club and she puts a lot of clarification to what happened. And listen, pay attention to what she's saying. What she's saying was, number one, I didn't even write it. Let's start there first. Number two, I didn't even really want to do it. Okay. Number three, I was pressured into putting it out or even recording it, and then they put it out behind my back. So basically, Keri Hilson was sabotaged, but it had to be done on purpose because remember, they only want one person on top. The goal is to knock down all these other small trees because we want one big oak tree. And the big oak tree was Beyonce. She was on her trajectory up to the Beyonce that y'all know today. That's why, in my opinion, allegedly, they got rid of Aaliyah. She would have never done it if Aaliyah was still alive. As long as Aaliyah had breath in her body, listen to me and listen to me good. As long as Aaliyah had breath in her body, Beyonce would have never, capital N, capital E, capital V, and a capital A. Never. Do you hear me? As long as Aaliyah had breath in her body, it would have been impossible for Beyonce to be the queen bee that you know today. So they had to get her up out of here. They had to get her up out of here. They had to. She had to go. That was all done by design. Allegedly. Allegedly. Okay? Now, that's one big mountain down. We got a few more to go. Marie plucked her off. Deborah Cox, it was easy to just pluck her off. You know what I'm saying? Because see, Deborah Cox was the local girl. Deborah Cox was the black, you know what I'm saying? All the black people knew her, but the clears didn't know her that much. Like, that was our girl. Deborah Cox plucked her off. India Arie, you black and nappy head, pluck you off. I'm just saying. I'm telling you what happened. I was there. Okay? Jill Scott, you fat, pluck you off. You can go down to the chitlin circuit. Stop me when I start lying. And I'm not saying this. I'm just telling you how I watched them fall one by one by one by one by one. India Irie, you on here with nappy dreads talking about you still love brown skin. They said, oh yeah, get her up off of here. Bloop, bloop. Get her up off of here. Jill Scott want to walk in the down Philly with a cookie bush on in a kimono talking about taking a long walk. Get your fat ass up off of here too. I'm just telling you what happened, okay? I was there. Okay? Because we only need one person at the top, at the tippy top. So then, boom. Knock all the other girls off. Boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. We got the biggest chess piece out. The biggest chess piece off the board. That's Aaliyah. So now there's no one and nobody in her way to soar her to the top, okay? Okay? That's what happened. And that's how you got your queen bee today. That's how you got your queen bee. Because when she was with Destiny's Children, we didn't give a damn. When she was caramel colored, we didn't care. They didn't start liking her till she got light-skinned. Okay? Now, Mariah Carey, they didn't knock her off. They just sent her over by the clears. They didn't knock Mariah Carey off because she was already iconic by that time. They just pushed her over there by the clears, the gay clears. The gay clears, they just said, come on over here, Mariah. You come over here. Come by us. We love you. We'll take care of you. We will be your saving grace. They just pushed Mariah over there by the gay clears. They just pushed over. You go over there, Mariah. You half and half anyway. You go over there. That's what they told Mariah. I was there. Okay? Whitney plucked her off. Who else got plucked off, girl? That was plucking them off like 90 going west. Pluck them off. Pluck them off. We need to clear the way. Make room for the queen. Make room. And at some point, one day we woke up and this big nose, oxtail eating, giraffe looking ass nigga come on the TV. Because I'll never forget the day I was watching 106 in Park. Listen to me. I was there. I'm not telling you nothing I made up. I was there. 106 in Park came on, and some old big old oxtail eating ass nigga come on there talking about I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. And I said, you got what? Mm-hmm. And then the camera flash to Beyonce with a spiral curls and hip pants that wasn't House of Darion, and she got the whole chain on her neck, and she going, and I said, you did what? And ever since then, Beyonce been the girl. Mind you, we was already sitting up here saying, but wait a minute, Jay, Beyonce like 16, 17. What you doing? And it was just, Jay and I were friends. We weren't, no, of course not. We were friends. We didn't start dating until I was 18. Of course you did. That's like them churn be trying to buy alcohol and they make their ID say 21. Girl, it's too obvious. But ever since that nigga came on, that ugly ass, that big old tall, lanky nigga face looked like concrete, came on 106 in Park. I never forget it and say, I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. And when the camera flashed to that whole Beyonce, I said, I know you fucking lying to me. Okay? Now, that's where we are. But in the midst of that, because Keri Hilson was one of the girls, Keri Hilson was one of them they had to pluck off. I believe that they had her do this dish record, and then they leaked it and put it out, and that girl's career was over ever since then. Now, let's get into what Keri had to say. Listen, her story makes so much sense, okay? Her story would make so much sense. That's right, Mika. The destiny was definitely fulfilled. I was there. Mind you, when he said the hottest chick in the game, all the other ones had already been plucked off, including Keri. Keri was already out the window. Bloop, get you up off of here. Bye. Bye. Wait. Sweet Love said that hoe was crawling on concrete and Daisy Dukes on it. Bruh, when you put shit in layman terms, it sounds stupid and funny at the same time. Nigga said that hoe was crawling on concrete in Daisy Dukes in that Crazy in Love video. She really was. I was there. She was crawling on concrete. I know all her knees got scraped up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get into Keri's version of what happened with the diss track, because she said she didn't even want to do that. Now, mind you, the key players in this is Polo Don, Esther Dean, and the industry. This is all done by design. This was a scheme that Ty set up to come to her with the bullshit. Check it out.
I think that's the one problem with being an artist, is that nobody believes that y'all are real people. And so when you are going through real things, nobody will take that into consideration. It's more entertaining for them to be like, the Beehive ran her out of town.
Right. That's way more entertaining. Yeah.
Now today, at this point, are you looking like when you look back at that, and people will bring it up, so I'm sure you're kind of preparing yourself for that. How do you not even explain it, but like, how do you look back on that? What are your comments on it now, so far removed from it?
It's a regret. It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. And
this was big. Sorry, y'all. Because Keri wrote everything she ever sang. Keri wrote for Keri at one point. This is no cap. Keri was the female Neo. You remember how Neo was writing everybody music? Keri was one of those girls. Keri was one of those girls. So for her to say I didn't even write it, that was a red flag for me, because Keri was writing her stuff and everybody else stuff too. The pen game is strong.
I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On. He had produced the record, and I wasn't, because I was on tour with Lil Wayne. I wasn't able to like lay anything down. He had been on me for a couple of weeks about we need to do a remix. Okay, so I take off. It wasn't happening quick enough for him. I take off. We fly in, and so.
Can I say this too? That Turning Me On song was she didn't even need to do a remix. The remix didn't even go the way that the original. The Turning Me On song by itself was already good. Whoever was on her about remixing that was the dumbest thing they could have did. Even take the Beyonce diss off the table. Sorry. That remix was trash. Like, they didn't need to do that, but I feel like they did it on purpose. Look.
He had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this. So he played it for me. Like, this is the remix. Because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to Turning Me On. Like, The whole time I had been writing concepts, like, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse. And I'm like, automatically, I'm like, I'm not saying that. That was my position. So I tried to fight him on it, and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there. But I want to be careful with the word I use. It was quite forceful. You know what I mean?
Remember Tekashi 6ix9ine say, you have to. Remember that? But I don't want to. You have to. Remember, he said that. So that's why she said, I got to use my words. And she was like quite forceful. Girl, they told you get your ass in there and do that shit. That's what they did. Shut up. Get your ass in there and go record this verse. You don't have a choice. That's what they told her. That's why she's treading light with the way that she's saying. Pay attention. Because people thinking she just wanted the beef with Beyonce. For why? She was already writing for the girl and working with the girl.
In an executive artist
way? Yeah, in an executive artist way only. You know, involving others and kind of threatening my career.
There you go.
In a real sense.
You heard her? involving others and threatening your career. You have to. You have to. You don't have a choice. You have to. When you're in that industry, you belong to them. You literally sell your soul. You don't get a choice in anything anymore. It's like joining the military. You don't own you. The construct owns you.
Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. And the mistake that I made was not continuing to fight. But I was in tears. I was crying. I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
And for people that don't know, you were signed to Polo Don.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep. In a joint venture at Interscope Records.
Yep.
And I was young. I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice. But I did record my version, which had nothing like that in it. It was on subject. The song is about men. And it leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen. So it leaked. And that was
It's giving setup queen. First of all, they forced you to go in there and record it. Then he said, okay, we just gonna keep it. And then it leaked. I told you, this goes back to what I was saying. At the time, in order for them to make Beyonce the queen bee that you know today, they were plucking people off one by one. Polo Don, he wasn't the mastermind behind getting rid of this Beyonce. He was probably got the 3 taps on his shoulder and said, hey, this is what you need to go do. And because he is under the same you have to system, he went and did it. So they're plucking people, and this is how she got plucked. I'm telling you, this is how she got plucked.
And I protected him. I protected the girl that wrote it, who went on to become famous. I protected everyone in the story. So I had to eat that.
Now they say that's Esther Dean.
To eat that. And I am still eating it to this day. But that is definitely a regret of not fighting even stronger. But again, when your career is on the line and they make it that be the way that you perceive the situation, not perceive, but it was pretty clear. But when you're that young, you're just kind of like,
maybe they know better than me.
Right.
Yeah. What did Timbaland say?
I think he just went because they were partners. I think he just went along, but I don't remember that we involved him or that he was involved at all, because he hadn't produced that record. But I wonder now, I would love to ask him, like, what did you think about that? What I do know is he went on to work with B and J.
So did Polo
and tour with him, and so did Polo. And I would say,
who did he end up going working with? Run that back, girl. Who did he end up to go work with?
Be the way that you perceive the situation. Not perceive, but it was pretty clear. But when you're that young, you're just kind of like,
maybe they know better than me.
Right.
Yeah. What did Timbaland say?
I think he just went because they were partners. I think he just went along, but I don't remember that we involved him or that he was involved at all, because he hadn't produced that record. But I wonder now, I would love to ask him, like, what did you think about that? What I do know is he went on to work with B and J.
Oh, let me cue my little thing up.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was swear, but I told y'all niggas.
One more time.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was swear, but I told y'all niggas.
Who he ended up going to work with? Beyonce and Jay. I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. Why is this important? Because people don't see the play. Even before I was in whatever consciousness level I'm at, I pay attention. I'm nosy. I'm messy and I'm nosy. I can't help it. And even, this is before internet, mind you. Even back then, I'm like, wait, why is she dissing Beyonce? It was so left field. Then it was a leak. Mind you, this wasn't like something that came out like a debut. It was a leak. So I was just like, wait a minute. And then I started seeing that Beyonce's rise started getting higher and higher, and the people were working with her. I was like, what? It was all set up by design. It was all set up by design. I'm telling you, that's why they ended up going to work with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Top Cats, what's going on? What's up, Chief? Shout out to BCU. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at my boy Top Cats. Thank you for the super chat. Say, Boo, what it do? Boo, F them. Zulu, we need a show on them. We do. I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram when we get off of here. I'm gonna hit you because that South African bullshit just pissed me off. But I got you, Boo. I'm gonna hit you up on Instagram as soon as we get off of here. But look, it came out of left field, but this is because they wanted to elevate Beyonce and pluck everybody off so that she can reign as Queen Supreme. And that's why she's up there now, okay? When you think about it, right after that, R&B, especially women's R&B, started watering down. It's trash. It's trash. R&B today, y'all say, oh, go listen to this person, go listen. That shit trash. It ain't nothing like when the girls were out here for real, for real. That shit trash. Because they only needed one. Hell, Beyonce music trash. Can we talk? I'm not gonna let y'all bully me into say that music she been putting out been good. It's trash. Jolene. This ain't Texas, ain't no hold 'em. So lay your cards down. The only reason y'all went to the concert was because it's the concert. Y'all don't even know them songs. I don't even know a song Beyonce done came out with recently. That shit trash. They literally step by step denigrated and took apart and disassembled goddamn R&B. That shit, Beyonce music trash. Beyonce ain't had a good album since Me, Myself, and I. What album that was? It started getting a little funny around that. Oh boy, you're looking like you like what you see. I was like, okay, girl, this is a cute video, cute song. It's a cute little bop. But what's going on? What's going on? And then after that, off the cliff it went. B-Day. I'll say B-Day was her last good album. Which one came last? B-Day or Dangerously in Love? Whatever one of them came, them two was the last good albums. Ever since then, trash. Y'all don't go to Beyonce concerts to see Beyonce to sing them songs. Girl, y'all go to see her perform and dance and have Blue Ivy doing stuff like this. Y'all go to Beyonce concert to see Blue Ivy on stage like this. And don't bring up Lemonade because they say she stole it. Girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? Ever since then, it's been trash. But I'm saying all that to say. This makes sense. Her story. Let me let her finish it out. Because they went on to work with Beyonce. Weird, right? Maybe it's just a coincidence.
And produced that record. But I wonder now, I would love to ask him, like, what did you think about that? What I do know is he went on to work with B and J.
So did Polo
and tour with him, and so did Polo.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Keri, the human, was looking at Keri Hilson, the artist, like, you deserve that shit. You should have fought harder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I understood it. I got it.
Give yourself grace, though.
Absolutely.
Well, it's tough to do because I that's something that I held on to. Not again,
girl. Every time we together,
Yeah,
it's okay.
please.
I got you, sis.
But
Just Lauren, her wig smells like onions.
First of all,
thank you for making
whatever
me laugh.
makes you laugh.
Thank
Yes,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That was I
Can't
felt
say
that.
it wasn't true though, but go ahead.
Knocking off Keri Hilson was big because that kills two birds with one stone. Keri Hilson was an artist and a writer. They needed to water down this R&B shit, minimize it, make it crap. Now I see a bunch of clear women running around here singing R&B. I even seen an Asian over there rapping. And I'm just sitting here saying, but it was all done by design, okay? It was all done by design. Getting Keri Hilson out of the way was a major thing that they needed to do because this girl was writing actual music, great music. They needed to start making this shit more pop and more popcorn type teas. Okay? This was all done by design. And the reason why she's saying that she should have fought harder, she know there was nothing she could do. Her hands was tied. But honestly, to be completely honest, I probably would have rather have that. Because listen, this is the thing. No matter what she would have did, the career was gone. That was always the plan, to get her career out of there, to pluck her off. Now, she might not have known it at the time. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, your career was going in the shitter regardless. If it were me and I knew that, or I felt like that was what was happening, I wouldn't have recorded it, and they would have just had to ban me out of the industry. But then again, I also understand too, these people play dirty. These people play dirty. These people play dirty. I'm only saying that to say this. How would they have got her up out of there? What would they have done to her or said about her to assassinate her, either figuratively or literally? You see what I'm saying? So she was in a messed up position from the beginning, because this is what's behind this industry. Okay? So she did what she did. She got to walk away with her life. And honestly, at the end of the day, I learned this about people. I learned this about life. Sometimes you'll sit up there and feel like, oh my God, this is the most horrible thing that happened to me. I wish that I was able to X, Y, and Z. Sometimes things got to happen for better things to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things have to happen in order for better things to happen to and for you. And at the end of the day, it was what it was. I feel bad for Keri. I do, because Keri is and was at the time. Keri is still a beautiful girl. She is one of the girls as it pertains to looks, song, music, and writing. That girl was a triple threat. Major on the threat part, lighter on the triple. You get it? I feel bad for her. The Beehive, to the young Beehive people who on here just talking about, oh, girl, we don't want to hear it. Girl, we don't care. You just going around telling this story. You need to put this energy into your album. Shut your duck ass up, because you don't know what the hell going on. And that's what they keep. They want to keep us blind and stupid so that when they do certain things like this, you won't see the play. And then they keep people out here in your ear to make it seem like, yo, if you say something in regards to going against the grain, then you basically a hater, or oh, you just jealous and you just hating. The facts are these. When you are in the industry, you have to do what them people say. You have to. You have to. I want to go over here to Tekashi 69, and we're going to end it off of that. But before we do that, let me read these super chats. We're going to end it up because Tekashi told y'all what happened. KJ, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Hey, boo, I've always said he was not human the first time I laid eyes on him. Girl, Elon ain't nothing human about that man, child. Yep. Thank you again for being a member for 11 months. Sharjay, thank you for the super chat. Says, anytime they don't like something, please research. That's our goal. Facts. And Topcat, shout out to Topcats and BCU. I'm gonna get with Topcats and we gonna get in on the Zulu shit, because I'm so tired of these folks, girl. My nerves get bad. Chocolate Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for going over this Zulu issue. Absolutely. You think, girl, when somebody brought it to my attention the other day, I wasn't going, I'm not gonna let that slide. Nicole Smith, thank you for the super chat. Says J&B stole Tony Braxton's boyfriend song. What boyfriend song? And you know what crazy too? Can I say this too? Are we grown enough to talk and really say the truth? Jay-Z, when he said, I'm not a rapper, I thought I told you cats I'm not a rapper. He's not a rapper. He's a colonizer too. He stole big style. A lot of people had to get plucked out the way for him to get up where he had too. But he stole big style. He's not a rapper. He was a plant from the beginning. And at the end of the day, all he do was take other people's stuff and put it in one song. Yeah, he took that me and my girlfriend. That was from Pac. Pac didn't rock with you, nigga. Pac didn't like you. Pac did not like Jay-Z. I was there. Pac didn't rock with you, nigga. The fuck? And you gonna go around there and take his stuff and then redo it, and Beyonce over there yodeling on a beat. All I need in life is in, sounding like a damn ghoul or a goblin. Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend. That bitch sound. Beyonce got on the track sounding like a goblin or a ghoul. Like she had a scary house. A haunted house. All I need in this life is me and my boyfriend. Girl, if you don't get your crazy ass up off the ground crawling on with Daisy Dukes. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. Damn colonizers. That's all they is. Y'all just don't see it because they black, but they colonizers. And one of them black, and one of them black and impossible. Jay-Z and Beyonce together is black and impossible. You tell me who the possible is. It's like a game of spades. Black and impossible. I said what I said. Okay? Shoulder shrug. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, let's talk boo. Beyonce music is not good. I said what I said. We all know it ain't good. We know it. Girl, listen. Beyonce music is trash. She ain't had a good album and good music. I'm telling y'all since B-Day, Crazy in Love, whatever. That's trash. But thank y'all so much for the super chat. But I want to leave off with what Tekashi said. About that situation. But before we do that, as it pertains to this Keri Hilson situation, these are the facts. And now you can argue with your mom. These are the facts. Tell him, Aunt Bertha, what happened?
It could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
There you go. Now, Aunt Bertha, she might tell a joke, but she ain't gonna tell you no lie, okay? Now, she said what she said, and that's what it was. It was a scheme that Todd set up. And I don't know if Todd was around, but I feel like he's somehow, responsible. But it was a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit. And that's just that on that, okay? It was all a play, Keri. It had nothing to do with you. You was going to take the lick. Yeah, you was going to take the lick regardless. Hold on, I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all what Tekashi said. Hold on.
My bad. Right now, right? Give me somebody who died. Dead to people actually respect.
Hold on.
That's one thing I could say about what he's saying. I've always believed the industry's rigged. We've just never seen an artist that's actually succeeding actually admit it's rigged. It's usually the unsuccessful artists saying it's rigged.
Yeah, but I'm successful, and I'm telling you it's rigged.
So it's the artists that don't get gold plaques, don't get platinum plaques, don't get number ones.
That will tell you it's rigged.
They're gonna tell you it's rigged, but they're telling you because they're not successful.
No, that's not why the people who aren't successful telling you it's rigged, because they're not tied into those contracts. They're not tied into the you have to thing because they're not successful. Remember, you don't get nothing in life for free. So the ones who get into the industry and you see them all of a sudden doing about face, a lot of times they not with the bull. A lot of times. Okay? So it's not to look at them like, oh, you just a failure, you a hater. That's what they want you to think. But they can speak freely about it because at the end of the day, they didn't have to go through those doors that Nori talked about.
You're in the system, you usually
and let's really be clear. Act is compromised for sure.
Sooner, how many views it got in 2 years? Okay.
Let me back it up.
Yo, I'm trying to tell them.
Actually giving it.
I'm trying to tell you how this game is marketed. Like I'm trying to tell you. Yo, the labels tell you. Yo, listen, you have to sit down with Spotify, sit down with Apple. You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to. Yo, you gotta check the boxes. Literally, you could say, I don't feel like doing it. I don't even like that person. You have to. You're a puppet.
What's up? 6ix9ine said it. You have to. That's what they told Keri when she said, I gotta choose my words. But I was kind of like told that I had to do it. You have to. But everybody rushing to get into hell, huh? Everybody rushing to get into hell. With that being said, y'all, I'm about to joke y'all up out of here. I'll see y'all later on. Nope, I got love and hip hop to do. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see y'all at another time. But for sure, definitely see y'all tomorrow morning for the jokes. Love y'all down to the ground, y'all. I got to get up off of here. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.